Hey folks. So based off the views, it seems to me that you guys enjoy seeing me rip AEW a new one. So, unlike Tony Khan, I'ma give the people what they want. If the people want to see me rip All Elite Wrestling a new one weekly, if the people want just Alyx right here and Alyx's world a safe space for wrestling fans like you to tell the truth about how far AEW has fallen off, you're gonna get it. But, as always, I will be impartial and fair when it calls for it. For the most part. No, I'll be it, period. Because I'm that kind of dude. But look, I think it's fair to say that the AEW we all fell in love with is not what we're getting now. And more people need to call it out. And that's going to be what I want to do. And will do. So tonight was AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming. I'm not going to do a review, but I am going to talk about it. Certain things about it that I thought stood out to me. And, of course, we'll dissect and give you a rant here, or two, or three, or the whole thing. Because that's what y'all want. There are some things about the show, though, that I thought made it not the worst piece of crap television. At least today. And those things are Toni Storm, the return of Toni Storm, not timeless Toni Storm. OG Toni Storm, which I actually like. I know a lot of people don't like that. I've seen it on social media. I'll tell you why I like it when we get to the discussion. Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa, who was in the crowd, holding up signs. That's all she did. Those two things were the best part of Dynamite. The rest of the show was lifeless and boring. Which is sad because Winter is Coming, to me, has been like their best non-pay-per-view show since 2020. Think about it. In 2020, Sting debuted. The show was made legendary because it became known as the night Sting came to AEW. And the show hasn't been the same since. That was the night that I think we all went, yeah, AEW is mainstream. WWE, you better watch out. That was also the night Kenny Omega became AEW World Champion for the first time. Turned heel, by the way. The very next year, Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page had a 1-hour classic, went to a draw for the AEW World Championship. This show was something we all looked forward to. Now, at least here in 2024, it means nothing. This episode was lifeless. The crowd was dead for the most part. Nothing happened storyline-wise, except for Toni Storm coming back. This episode is indicative of how far AEW has fallen off. And trust me, we are going to dissect every single thing, at least the things that I care about. Before we get to that, I want to thank Mint Mobile for partnering with me on this lovely video. If you are somebody that's looking for a very sweet mobile plan for the holiday season, starting at $15 a month, Mint Mobile wants to offer you unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Even a family plan, starting at $15 a month. That can all be yours. High quality, affordable. Now think about what you have to pay for other mobile companies to have all of that. An arm and a leg for some. But not Mint Mobile. So if that's something you are interested in, then how's about we get a quick word from our partners, and then I promise you, things are going to be ripped when we come back. This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only gonna take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody. And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card. So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalyx and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today. Now, where was this lovely episode at? Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center. And how much does the T-Mobile Center hold? It has a capacity of over 19,000 people. Well, 18,000 to be exact, but if you add in seats on the floor, you could pack in around 19,000, right? And how many people showed up at this lovely event tonight? Well, according to WrestleTix, because I'm a loser, 4,500. Now, I'll be fair. That's more than they usually do. Because this show sucks so goddamn much, they're lucky to do 3,000. So, I'll consider 4,000 an accomplishment. That's how bad this shit is. When 4,000, well, to be exact, 4,500. Around that is what was in that arena tonight. The fact that that's considered a great thing shows you how bad AEW has been. But that's how many people were there tonight. It sounded like 400 people. 4,500 sounded like 450. This crowd was dead. Cold. Non-existent. Not an AEW crowd. But, again, it's indicative of what has happened to AEW. The people in charge have bastardized this show to the point where they can't even bring in the same kind of energy that AEW used to have. Now, people are going to praise this show because it had good wrestling. Yes, the wrestling overall was good. I'll give it that. I can't sit here and say that the episode gave me disappointing in-ring action. But I have a question. I have a quick question. Why the hell was I so bored? I was bored watching this action-packed episode of Dynamite. Seriously, I'm not making that up. I'm not trying to be negative when I say that. I'm genuinely telling you I was bored as bricks watching this episode. From the opening tag match to the main event, which had Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa, I was bored. I'm watching these guys get in there and just do stuff. Does it look good? Sure. Was it executed well? Sure. Did I give a fuck? No. And that's the problem. This opening tag match, you're seeing the Death Riders, Moxley, Pac, take on Switchblade Jay White and Orange Cassidy. And look, I like all four. I think Orange Cassidy needs serious revamping. I think they're in the process of trying to give him a new character, but it doesn't really feel like he's doing much to enhance it. I don't know how you feel about it. He just wears black now. Ooh. So much advancement. Is he doing more stuff? Sure, but he doesn't feel special. I don't buy Orange Cassidy as a main event player. Do you? Because I don't. Jay White has all the tools to be a main event player, but he also feels kinda, I don't know. That's been bothering me when it comes to Jay White. I don't know what it is, but when he's by himself, he feels lacking, stale. Don't get me wrong, he's great. Really good. Especially inside the ring, but something's off about him. I can't put my finger on it. People like him though, so I'll go easy on him for now. But if I don't see any more improvements, I am going to go off on him. You know how I feel about the Death Riders. Death Riders to me are completely directionless, lifeless. I don't care about their storyline. Unless Shane McMahon's coming in, I don't give a fuck. And so you have all these people wanting to go after them, the Darby Allins, the FTRs, the Orange Cassidys, and now the Jay Whites and the Hangman Pages. I just don't give a fuck. And this tag match ended in a DQ when Hangman Page interfered. I miss the days when AEW didn't always do DQs. But I guess saying that would piss off some people that wanted this, right? Whatever. So Hangman Page, Jay White, Jon Moxley, and Orange Cassidy, right? Those four are going to be fighting for the world title at World's End. Oh my god. I care so much. I don't. Horrible main event. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Honestly, Christian, cash in, please. Cash in. Have Christian come in, cash in, get that belt off of Moxley. If Shane McMahon is not coming in, and they're just doing this dumb Death Rider storyline so Jon Moxley can awaken the passion that's lacking in AEW and bring out that grit and the roster. If that's literally the storyline, get that belt off of him and put it on Christian. I'm serious. Now Christian is involved in the storyline with Hook because he attacked Taz. Yeah. That's going to elevate Hook. No, it's not. It's not going to elevate Hook. It's just something there to keep Christian busy, I suppose. But yeah, I would love for Christian to put over Hook. That would be nice. Not going to happen, though. Ooh, we kidding. It's not going to happen. Apparently, Bandito's coming back. I missed a commercial last week. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I saw this one, and I went, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. What happened to him? Did he have like a broken wrist or something? How long has he been gone? Jesus Christ, I think he got injured in 2023, right? Over a wrist injury? Nah, that doesn't sound right. Someone let me know what actually happened to him. But he's coming back now. Good. At least that's something different. They had Claudio Castagnoli versus Will Ospreay on this show. A legit pay-per-view main event. And the match was just there. Were moves had. Were they executed well? Did they do certain spots cleanly? Yes. Watching the match, I saw no issues. It flowed well. And I guess I would consider it a good match. I just don't care. I don't care about this year's Continental Classic. I just don't. Because Tony Khan has done a poor job of making me care about that Continental title. There are way too many belts as it is. Now, does WWE have more belts? 100%. Here's the thing about WWE. They have the roster for the belts. I agree that both companies have way too many belts. But I can at least forgive WWE because they have the roster for it. With AEW, you don't have the roster for these belts. See, WWE is getting ready to call up NXT talent. They're getting ready to pack up both shows with so many women and so many tag teams and so many men that They'll have plenty to work with. Trust me. But I'm sorry, AEW, as big as their roster is, they don't even use the talent that they have under contract enough to warrant all these belts. So when you have the International Championship, the TNT Championship, this Continental Championship doesn't mean jack squat. And I was hoping that the Continental title would serve as like a mini Money in the Bank, or like the X Division Championship, where you can cash in option C, the title, for a world title. That would give it an importance. That can be your Money in the Bank cash in. That would be pretty cool. But no, it's just a belt with no purpose other than to be a belt. I don't care. I don't. So Will Ospreay versus freaking Claudio, which should be a pay-per-view main event, just feels like a regular match. Ricochet versus Brody King, which is also a pay-per-view quality match, just feels like a regular match. Were both matches good? Yes. I thought both of them delivered in terms of the in-ring execution of the moves. But the crowd was dead for it. And quite frankly, I don't care or have any investment in this tournament surrounding the matches. And that's not the talent's fault. It's the booking. We had Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder on this show. Yeah, Matt Cardona. Not a single fuck was given. Because he's involved with Chris Jericho and the Ring of Honor Championship that no one cares about. But apparently he's going to be around for a while. They had Adam Cole, baby, versus Kyle O'Reilly on this show. Yeah. Those two that had a rivalry spanning across how many companies? You would think this would have been like a big time match. And guess what else? We had MJF on the show. Yeah. So you would have thought something happened. Nope. MJF showed up and then he got super kicked. And then he walked out. No promo by MJF. No promo. You had MJF on your show. One of the best talkers, the best talker in your company, but one of the best talkers in wrestling today. And you couldn't even give him promo time. What are we doing? What are we doing? So Adam Cole beats Kyle O'Reilly, and he's going to be fighting MJF at World's End for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. I don't care. Look, I know these guys are trying. They're trying their hardest to make this storyline work. I'm at the point now where I'm like, just wrap it up. Do the match, wrap it up, and have them do something else. Because, I'm sorry, you can't make something work where the roles that these guys are in were initially reversed. Where MJF was rightfully betrayed and attacked by his best friend, but now he's the villain. And Adam Cole, who was the devil, is now the hero. It's all jumbled up. You can't make it work, so just wrap it up. Do the match and move on. It's not working. Even with the talent, you can't make it work. You can't. I think after this, they had Darby Allin do a sit-down interview about how he wants to take out the Death Riders. Again, I love Darby. I'm looking forward to Darby versus Will Ospreay. I think that match is going to be killer. Is that next week? Oh, Jesus Christ, can't wait for that. But no, man, like, anything involving the Death Riders is just dead on arrival until Shane shows up. If Shane shows up. Private Party is going to be fighting either Top Flight or Leo Rush and Action Andretti. Did I miss something? Are they not a group anymore? Did they split up? Let me guess. I need to watch Rampage and Collision. I have to go back to episode 273 and watch at the 11th hour as Leo Rush and Action Andretti. I'm spitballing shit. I don't know, because I don't care. But they're not a group anymore. So, yeah, whatever, I suppose. Or maybe they are a group and it's just weird. Apparently, Energy is going to be fighting Mercedes Moné. I love Energy, but what has she done? What the hell has she done to earn a title shot? Don't tell me to watch Rampage and Collision. Don't shut up. Shut up. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. Because I already hear him. Well, you need to watch Rampage and Collision more, you'll know. Matter of fact, did it even happen on Collision and Rampage? Because I heard that she went over to New Japan Pro Wrestling and had some matches. Or wrestled in Japan. Wherever she went. She wrestled in a different company. And maybe that's why she got this title shot. I don't fucking know. I just don't care. Anna Jay does not feel like a legitimate threat. She's going to lose to Mercedes and then go back to being nothing. Anna Jay continues to get these opportunities and fail every single time. And that doesn't make her a star. And that's not her fault. That's the booking. And then the main event. The main event was Mariah May, your AEW Women's Champion, and Mina Shirakawa. So, you would think after what they did at Full Gear, that segment, that I would be excited. I mean, it has Mina Shirakawa. You would think I would be thrilled, pumped up to see this match. And there was somewhat a hint of excitement going into it. But then the match happened and it all went away. Because I didn't think this match was all that great. Was it bad? No, it was decent, solid. But you would think we would get more out of this than we did. The best part of the match wasn't even the two wrestling. It was Thunder Rosa on the outside holding up signs. One of them being a WTF sign, which was great. Yeah, that's not a good sign. And quite frankly, I love Mariah, but her reign has not been great since she won the title. And it's not her, it's her booking and the opponent she's fought. But thankfully, thank God, Toni Storm is back. Toni Storm came back and you have no idea how much that put a smile on my face. So let's talk about it because people are upset. They are upset that she's not timeless anymore. She dropped the gimmick and she's back to being OG Toni Storm. Well, here's the thing. Let me put it to you this way. Who's to say that timeless Toni Storm is dead? You know what I mean? You can always go back to it. Think of Toni Storm as Mick Foley. Mick Foley would trade between Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, here and there. Sometimes he would come out as himself. Who's to say she can't go back to being timeless? I think this helps her character, quite frankly, because giving us a break from timeless will make us appreciate it more when she does bring it back. Right? But here's the thing. I have to ask, okay, let's say they do bring back timeless Toni Storm. Where do you go from there? Okay, she beats Mariah May, now what? She just goes back to being timeless Toni Storm? I think after a while, and I believe we can all agree on this, certain gimmicks just kind of overstay their welcome. And if you overdo it, you overbook it, it doesn't have as much value. I'm happy that Toni Storm has the wherewithal, at least, to understand, look, this gimmick is going to go stale, and it would have less value if I keep playing it. So let me do something different for the time being. I appreciate her for that. So if that was her call, and I'm pretty sure it was, because knowing Tony Khan, he would have brought her back as timeless Toni Storm. But regardless of whose call it was, that was the right decision. And so now they're going to go back to Toni Storm and Mariah May for the AEW Women's Championship. And this time, Mariah's fighting Toni as herself. Now, when do you do this? Should we do it at World's End? You could. Probably will. Probably need to be on that show. I would hold it off if they can. Hold it off until next year. See if you can get it to Grand Slam in Australia? Wherever that's going to be. I forgot that they moved that show away from the stadium to a smaller arena now because they couldn't sell tickets. I mean, it is what it is. AEW's cold right now. Although All In's doing well. I heard that All In here in Texas is doing well. Well, look at that. Came here to Texas and you sell tickets. Maybe other companies should think about that. WrestleMania. Now, listen. AEW might be able to do well when it comes to pay-per-views. But these weekly shows are not good. And until they get more interest, I'm sorry, as much as I love Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa and the talent, the booking is atrocious. The booking is garbage. The amount of fucks I could not give about anything happening storyline-wise on this show, it's incredible. It's a dead, dry, ice-cold, lifeless show. And every single week, it just continues to get more and more lifeless. And people hold out hope that Tony Khan will wake up and realize, okay, I'll change. But what are we going to do? That's my thoughts. That is my thoughts on Winter is Dead. Yeah, Winter is Dead review. Thank you for watching. Giving me your thoughts. Talk about what you did not like in terms of this review. No, about the show. And yeah. Did I miss anything? Let me just quickly go through. No, I think I got everything. Okay, well, there you go. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time right here at Alyx's World. Be sure you follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo. Signing out. See you guys next time for more AEW Dynamite Evisceration. Ooh, good name. That's a good title name. Evisceration. Wednesday night Evisceration. See you guys later.